I think that is the takeaway. Obviously not one of APA's his most iconic champions, but I think he's had a decent performance on it, and you gotta try and push Faker.
So now we're gonna get the Kalista trade and probably the Varus on the side of Team Liquid. Kalista here.
Kalista, Varus.
I mean, you could take them both.
They did it.
T1 would,
It is Keria, yeah, let's see.
I mean, that's how they play against G2 in Game 5,
Kalista,
right?
Kalista's the no-brainer, though.
Yeah.
That one is definitely going to get
Kalista
locked in.
for sure, and then Keria, can play whatever he wants, including the Kalista if they feel like swapping that around.
Let's see where they decide to go for their second pick. Faker's pool obviously pinched a little bit here with the Azir, Orianna already removed, Tristana taken away, and the Taliyah locked in. You see, we'll be falling down to his second string. Things like the there we are. I mean, they've already shown us at this competition that they're willing to do this.
Yeah, not new information there. Obviously going to be Keria here, or obviously if you've watched the previous games, Keria going to be on the Lethality Kalista support, giving Guma a lot more safety. My main question is T1 going to lock in ASOL here on that R3? Because the ASOL from Faker just hasn't looked that great when we did see it, was still bent away against him just because the pick is really strong right now. We'll see what the answer of TL is going to be. I imagine you got to lock in the bot lane. Nautilus already taken, otherwise the bans are really going to put you in a tough position.
Yeah, I don't really like the ASOL for T1, so maybe something like the Ahri or something that is still available. Yeah. Some Faker Ahri action, looking for those charms. Meanwhile, on the side of Team Liquid, the pairing here on the bottom side, what you got for us, Yeon, with the Nautilus? Okay, they're gonna leave Yeon's pick, drop it even further down the AD carry pool, and just grab Impact, that old reliable Ksante again.
As long as we stay away from the smolder, I'm willing to trust to see what TL is going to bring. Jhin, I'm also not. I'm not as big of a Jhin anti.
There's no tanks on the other side yet.
Yeah, very true, very true. I still think the Jhin shouldn't be a consideration here, as you already pointed out, Kobe. Will be that Ahri, which has been one of the new more popular counter picks in the LCK against the Taliyah, being able to circumvent a lot of the zone control that she offers. And once you actually get on top of Taliyah, she can really struggle. Does mean, though, with most likely this being double lethality, that killing Ksante is going to have to be a bit of a tough task.
And I think TL have to ban Vi. You cannot allow it to be an option. Last time around, Oner opted to go with the Poppy, and he absolutely destroyed mid lane. But if you let him go Vi and have a Vi Ahri lane,
Vi Lee,
that's gonna be almost as bad as the previous game mid lane pressure that we saw, maybe even worse.
Yeah, a big struggle for APA in the mid lane if we see the Vi locked in. Sejuani taken away by T1. TL thinking, and will remove the Twisted Fate once again.
So Vi to me feels non-negotiable. Lee and Xin are also insanely strong with the Ahri, but I do feel like there's a little bit more counterplay you can try and find. You can
there's a little bit more than none. Yeah.
Whereas with Vi, it's like she presses R and you do die. There isn't a whole lot of counterplay to that one. And obviously, T1 have the opportunity to lock it in here on R4 as this is a dead giveaway, and they do ban away the Vi. Lee to me is most likely, and I think the Poppy ban also signals that. But Xin also would be a no-brainer here for Oner, as it is one of his favorite picks, as really is the case for I want to say any LCK jungler, but really just any jungler out there. But it's going to be the Jarvan instead.
All right, on the side of TL then, what is Yeon cooked? What has he cooked up for us?
Jarvan makes it a lot harder as well, because a lot of the immobile AD carries that maybe you want to be looked towards are going to feel a lot worse when there's a Cataclysm on the other end. Yeah,
I'm thinking you could just go hyperscaling, go for something like a Jinx and a Felios and lane swap early to get away from the Varus and the Kalista. You could look towards something like the Kai'Sa, which we haven't really seen at this tournament. But there's so much ability for T1 to get on that backline that you want someone with a little bit of safety. Ezreal as well, a possibility, although I don't think one of Yeon's favorite champions.
Let's go Neela.
Lee Neela, of course, obviously. Samira, just pick it, you might as well. We'll see the Lee locked in for Umti. Where do TL go for their AD carry here?
It's tough.
You have a lot of great pick potential, you just need some damage to back it. Oh, my goodness! We've manifested it, lads!
This is on us.
Holy moly!
This is thanks to us, gang. Good job, everyone.
Oh my goodness. Oh, but there's going to be 3 AD carries on the side of T1, though, as Zeus, this time around, the Vayne was not banned because they had to ban the Vi, and so Zeus slams his Vayne. He was picking it already in the LCK. This is going to be a very AD carry heavy game.
It really is. And for anyone who's wondering, has Yeon played Samira before? Yes, 3 times, he's won 1 of them. Not the best track record for Team Liquid, but I love that little bit of spice, that little bit of surprise. It's worked so well for G2 throughout this tournament as part of their toolkit. Will it work here for TL?
It's also because you're playing into Jarvan. I feel like so many of the carries that maybe you look for with a lane swap to just go and scale, it becomes so much harder to reliably play out. So instead, going for something that can actually win the fight, if you find a good all-in with that Nautilus, could be an angle here for TL.
And I love the theme that Team Liquid have been putting so much faith into their young carries here. Yeon and APA, so much faith from the organization, building them up through the academy system, promoting them onto the main team, and then here, at MSI, on this stage, they pick a Samira kill lane with Nautilus. At the very least, I love this because it is so kill pressure heavy that it really, bumps up tracking early jungle pathing as well. We'll see if there's any sort of lane swaps, but I don't want to be a wet towel on the exciting lanes that could pop up.
I mean, I think if you're picking Samira, a lane swap would be surprising. Could get you to level 3, so you have that blade whirl perhaps, or even the flat to do a little bit more work in a fight, but we'll see if TL decide to go for it. I love the trust, as you say, that they put into Yeon in this game.
Yeah, I think it's just the double Hail of Blades lanes. Every single one is so insanely scary level 1 that maybe you do just a level or 2 and then swap back.
It's a level 3 or a 5-minute swap we often see.
Yeah, particularly with a champion like Samira, because I feel like if you somehow are able to get a lot of damage into core while he's aftershocked up, and you get a longer trade, then the Samira can maybe do something, but realistically how a lot of the early Hail of Blades lanes level 1 play out is you woke up, they both proc Hail of Blades on you and you're at 30% HP and watch the wave just get stacked and crashed into you. And it does look like, and I do actually agree with this, I don't think you should look for a long swap, but a short swap just to get through this first couple of levels and negate the biggest level of impact. So many of these double Hail of Blades lanes just start with taking control of a lane level 1. Denying them that could be an angle.
They were waiting around for the invade, and in the end are going to call for it. There goes Yeon up to the top side of the map. We expect the continuation of the split map here. T1 coming in, making sure that enemy does not steal away one of their weak side camps is kind of big, but TL are going to be able to steal away at least the Raptor camp from their weak side.
Oh, Oner is going to go for the smite.
Oner is going to be met by Umti.
Quick.
Can flag and drag away. Impact still looking for the chase, has that path maker. Keria coming back in, will have the Hail of Blades. Umti hit the Tempest Cripple. Impact. They go for the stun. Oner kills. Oner down! Zeus is here to join the party. Keria rends down Umti for the kill. Impact able to ghost away 1-for-1 in the jungle.
Pretty big window, I think, for TL, though. Able to get the camp, that's one thing. Then set up vision. CoreJJ is going to be able to towards the top side of the map. And Oner, because he got hit by the stun, means that he does end up going down. I think was looking for a flash angle, but because the impact clips him, not going to be the case. And no, CoreJJ is going to annoy Oner towards his top side of the map.
Oner held on to his flash in that last sequence, but now has to back away. Dredgeline did connect, but that's just a trade. Zeus now down in the bottom lane, trying to force Impact back, but he's so much more free now because he knows it's not a 4-man dive. At most, it can be 3 members of T1.
Now we get to answer the age-old question. How many AD carries does it take to kill a Ksante? he's facing 3 of them right out of the gate here from the side of T1, and it is going to be Team Liquid, Yeon and CoreJJ here up on the top side, of course, with the extra damage reduction. A little bit slower going on the turret plates, but Yeon did a good job building up giant wave up here to ensure that the entire thing does crash at the same time. And here go the T1 zone.
Impact also able to just make his way out. Tries to soak as much XP as possible. This wave also goes in. Minion's going to be doing a whole lot of damage here, and because of the early first blood going over to TL, and Umti, Lee is always going to have an advantage when it comes to clearing, but now, because Oner ended up going down as well, he's going to be able to take a lot more of the topside quadrant, and as a result, Oner going to be falling behind.
And the props are to CoreJJ, because the critical delay on Oner is CoreJJ going into the jungle on their, you know, quote-unquote strong side of the jungle map, and then forcing Oner back, and Oner wasting a little bit of extra time there on the Jarvan.
All random, all bot.
This is our swap back that we were looking for, though. Yeah. After those couple of levels, pushed in on the top side. Now we get to the exciting part. The Samira Nautilus kill possibilities.
Do note that T1 have chosen to put Faker towards that top side of the map just to make sure that someone is catching that wave. Zeus now going to run towards mid. He's level 2. Still is going to have to play really respectful against APA.
That is huge zoning going on in the bottom lane. They're not even in experience range. Yeon and CoreJJ on the swap back because T1 were a little slow with it. I want to take a look at that minion wave that was down on the bottom side actually one more time. See if they don't get vision, then they should start pushing the wave in.
Yeah, it looks like they're slowly pushing it back in. Umti going towards the mid lane as Faker's keeping Impact busy up towards top side. Oner only has his Krugs to farm, so he's working his way all the way up there. And Umti just pinged his Gromp, so I think it's going to be a battle over those top side camps in a couple of moments. Zeus dealing with APA in the mid lane, or at least trying to, but he's only got 4 CS, and we're 4.5 minutes into the game, so anyone at home sitting in bronze, you're only going 1 CS a minute, you can go to the international stage as well.
Very inspirational, Matic. I like it.
And now we're going to get the bounce back from that pushed-in wave on bottom side. See if we actually do get our excitement. As of right now, the junglers are clearing their top camps, though, so will be kind of that fair play.
By the end of everything, it does look relatively even. I think it's a win for TL because they got to evade the power spike of that double Halo Blades lane. In terms of experience, it looks a little better for them. But due to the fact that T1 was able to zone Impact fully of the wave as well, does look like right now gold relatively even. I think it's that first blood gold that really tilted in favor of TL.
Yeah, quite nice. And let's Umti.
Sidesteps the flag and drag. Weaver's Wall coming in as APA looks to join the fray. Faker still only level 5. Flash away by Oner. Charmed by Faker. Doesn't want to step onto the unraveled earth, but that's an ult for 2 flashes for TL.
That's the experience lead we were talking about. Because APA was matching, or was being matched by Zeus, he just got to farm up, keep it shoving. As a result, big win for TL.
And there's a bigger experience difference between the top laners up there. Impact is Zeus. He does leave now, so he's not going to take over to his level 6. But Zeus there will also be at a discrepancy. And when you have that Vayne versus Ksante, and Impact having his Ghost again, she'll feel pretty comfortable. Umti's going to be able to take up those Void Grudge for the trade on Dragon now.
Feels like a recurring theme this MSI that teams just don't respect the Taliyah level 6 spike. So many skirmishes have started off with a team seeing someone in their jungle and being like, hey, you're not allowed to be here. And then in a moment's notice, Taliyah shows up. So Dragon is taken. Oner should be able to flag and drag his way out of this one.
Oh, that's a little use of the fog of war there by Oner.
Nobody knows.
Escape any possible vision. As you say, you always have the flag and drag just to jump over the wall if the collapse did begin and APA doesn't have the Weaver's Wall back up. The Charm, though, is going to hit by Faker. Unraveled Earth down means a Spirit Rush would be a risky endeavor for the T1 mid laner. 300 gold between the two teams early doors here, but as we said, TL perhaps coming on top of the lane swap so far. Zeus going to get pulled out with the all-out. Ghosts away. Impact condemned against the wall, but Impact so far winning out in this top lane.
Yeah, Impact trying to abuse that power difference that we were talking about on the experience, and now the wave is pushing at him. So the goal was kind of accomplished there. He got the Ghost in a chunk, but I think Zeus should probably still be able to push that wave in and not be in too much danger since Umti is bottom side. TL don't have any extra jungle to put up there.
Umti able to dodge away from the flag and drag once again. Oner can't quite connect them. Yeon chasing in. Weaver's Wall available for APA. Faker trying to get in from the side as well. As you say, level 6 hit for Yeon. We'll have to stack up that infernal trigger though. The wave beginning to die to the tower. Plate's already fallen. TL just keeping T1 away from those extra minions. Keria eats a chunk. Seismic shove, and Keria is the first to fall. The dash in by Yeon, trying to put T1 in the 8th circle of hell, but can't quite get it as Gumayusi flashes away the heal. Guma down to 100. Can't quite get the damage as Guma escapes with a sliver.
Still, T1 rather don't respect at all. Keria ends up dying with Flash. She's getting seismic shoved into multiple people.
It is APA on the Taliyah this time around, and he's the one to get the pick. The seismic shove that knocks him in. And Team Liquid, that was extremely valuable because they also were able to zone off of that bottom tower and those minions. And then on the reset, APA even gets back to the mid lane wave in time.
Big thing there is, again, it's the level discrepancy. T1 just thinking about taking that in the first place is a huge risk.
Just the edge of that seismic shove. Is Taliyah just going to become perma-prio? Is Taliyah just OP, boys?
That's MSI, I think.
Yeah.
I think we've seen the Taliyah prio really paying dividends for teams.
Big thing, though, of course, in that replay that you could see on the mini-map as well was the minions dying to the bottom side tower out there. That is why TL were posted up between the two towers, and the extra bonus why you go for those plays.
See there as well, again, APA hovering, Umti, and we talked about this mid-jungle. The Vi was banned, Faker and Oner haven't really been able to sync up the way they did in game number 2, whereas Umti and APA have. That first skirmish towards the top side, already a big win for them. If they can keep up the pressure, it also means that with this double Halo Blades lane, ideally you'd want to be pushing, you want to be playing aggressively, try and look for knowledge, but now, Yeon is actually ahead, has a kill, has his plated steel cups as well, and APA keeps hovering towards the bot side of the map.
All right, he certainly is working out his emote keybind there as well with the good old Pepega Frog. Yeah. I mean, APA tweeted out that he was not going to trash talk this game, so I guess Yeon is going to take over with at least the emotes.
Umti, though, looking for a catch here as Oner and Keria walk through the jungle together. Umti able to dodge away from the flag and drag, and then uses Oner as an express out of there. Oner caught up, has to flash charm on APA, means that he can't quite get the damage downside and shove, just short of Faker's tail.
Not only that, but you also see cores walking up, and in this situation, would you rather have a Nautilus that provides CC or a Kalista? The utility that Keria provides is great when Guma's there, but outside of that, CoreJJ, if he finds a hook, if he finds an auto attack even, it's just going to lock you down and take you down, so Oner has to respect Flash. A lot of offensive reach now taken away from this Jarvan.
Yeah, I really like that wall from APA actually on the Taliyah. Jumped off early, made sure that they were going to be able to get that flash.
Played well there as well, helping CoreJJ get a bit of a quicker reset. In fact, feeling the pain of the silver bolts that Vayne can put out, Zeus has evened out the gold in the top lane as expected, as they've been in the 1v1 for a longer time. The Vayne can just farm, you know, she's got the range. But across the board, leads for TL in the jungle and the AD carry position. A small lead for Keria as well in terms of support. He's about 500 gold ahead.
Umti doesn't have his kick just yet. That is a lot of defense or offensive power gone. So double sums, but even getting a sum for Zeus would be nice. I don't want to risk it though. Don't have a lot of knowledge of where Oner is, I don't think. And do want to highlight as well, one of the big things that T1 did in particular really well in the playoffs when they started bringing out this Vayne top was not just in the 1v1 where obviously you're going to have a lot of pressure into the Ksante, but how they play it out in team fights, because the lack of a frontline makes this comp pretty... It's pretty tough to execute, but it's also very easy for the opposing team to over-index on a target, not taking into account the fact that there will be a Vayne tumbling around.
Yeah, exactly. It really does rely very heavily on hitting your CC. Your CC is the only thing you can have to bring structure to the team fights at that point. Meanwhile, like you say, it is also going to highlight the DPS focus fire as you kite back from one person, the focus fire of the other ranged players, trying to dissuade your opponents from their melee endeavors. I will say, I am definitely looking at Faker at the moment because the Malignance is done. Malignance is one of these items that has just catapulted Ahri, forward in priority. Yeah. That thing just makes the ultimate insane. And we also just had another item completion for Guma.
Umti, TP in by Faker as well, and Umti's down. Forced out in the Cataclysm. Faker looking for the chase as he dashes forward onto CoreJJ. The charm still connecting. Deck charge out as CoreJJ looks to escape. Has the flash, but face plants! Hits his noggin against the wall and falls for it.
Again, it's right on these item completions for T1. Guma just finished his opportunity. Faker had finished his Malignance, and they immediately pull out 2 picks.
Big thing there for TL. It starts with one mistake, and again, Umti getting caught. Mistake by the general. That alone, not enough to really give T1 a big opening. But the fact that, again, they get another kill. CoreJJ ends up going down, ends up using his flash, which, as Nautilus, gives you a lot more playmaking potential in the team fight. You can redirect your ultimate. That's now going to be gone, and the gold lead starting to balloon a little bit as we take a look at Umti getting taken here.
Yeah, nice ultimate there from Guma. Guma over the wall with the change of corruption into the arrow, allowing Oner to finish it off. And then Faker here, as soon as he sees the Nautilus going for this wall, throws out his charm, and the charm catches up to him. Then you have the embarrassing faceplant there at the end.
Yeah. It's a bit of a struggle, but it's good punish by T1 because TL have been doing this consistently through the game. Get bot push, move in, try and steal away the Gromp. We saw Umti dodging a couple of flag and drags around it, and now they brought more members across, had the extra ward for the TP in by Faker, and because of it, they managed to pick up 2 kills.
For TL, they got to try and find a fight where Yeon is there. He's got his collector finished, and everyone on T1 is squishy. Everyone can get taken down by the Samira in an instant if she isn't focused down reliably.
Oh, dash forward by Zeus here. Does have the ghost, has the flashes, use the condemn though. Umti on the chase. Dragon's Rage, Sonic Wave will hit. Zeus burns both his summoners alongside the final hour to escape.
Big win, getting double sums out of the Vayne is going to make her much less of a nuisance, and Zeus is going to have to play way more respectful inside.
Yeah, definitely. That's basically everything that Zeus has to bail him out there. And Umti did not use his flash for that. He goes in, make sure he can get the ward hop, kick into the wall. They don't overchase and then turn their eyes towards the objective.
Rift Herald should be going over to TL. Earlier on, we saw Umti taking 2 grubs. Oner was only able to pick up a lone 1, remained standing. Zeus forcing impact out of it. Not much ado about nothing there in the top lane. He's just trying to harass down his opponent, who likely will look for a recall pretty soon. T1 investing Oner and Faker in this bot side. APA's already pushed out the wave, and Faker will catch the next one.
You have 1-for-1 when it comes to these dragons. With Chemtech Soul on the Rift, I think the priority going to be a lot lower than it was last time around at Hextech Soul in win condition in of itself. For Chemtech, that's a little bit more tough as T1 trying to get the first turret of the game here and further build that gold lead. We'll be able, I think, to pick up first brick. Top lane, not far behind, just a little bit slower here from Team Liquid.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
See, Impact was working his way down towards that bottom side to try and answer the pressure, but because Oner was there, you put the standard down, you get the increased attack speed. It was very easy for T1 to make sure they get the first brick, as you say. Gold even between these 2 teams, though. A lead in terms of AD carries for Yeon.
Now we're going to be looking at who's going to be able to find this pick, because the map is primed for it. Both sides here with so many tools to use, so many flashes available. And Team Liquid eyes are on taking down that mid lane turret first. CoreJJ over the wall, here's the pick.
Weaver's Wall in, Gumayusi on the wrong side of it. Sonic Wave wide, CoreJJ Hex Flash backwards. Decisive shot being used as well. TL have invested a lot of tools into this, but with the Rift Herald charging forward, with Impact collapsing, and with only 3 members of T1 being here, it will be the tier 1 in the mid lane for TL.
All right, calm and collected there. Guma just stands against the wall at the tower. The objective is taken down, though, opening up that map and allowing them to get some of those wards here into the jungle.
One of the big things in this game is that we saw in the last game already that it was hard for T1 to, and when they fixed it, it was very, very quickly over, is to sync up Zeus with the rest of the team. And I think there, you saw TL looking for an opportunity because there is no teleport on this Vayne. If you can find a snap engage, either by trapping people with the wall or CoreJJ going in, it's really hard for T1 to immediately have the members available. Obviously, because of Guma, you got to take into account the Fate's call.
And T1, you can see them, they're already making this call to go for a play on top side of the map as Dragon spawns. But TL have made the call to counter that play and answer it and not be drawn to the other side of the map. Now they're fishing around, seeing if they can find any stragglers.
Maybe they will. Ooh, CoreJJ places the ward, goes for the hook. Can't quite get it in time to catch out Oner. Keria harass CoreJJ across the wall. Some vision here for T1. Reset coming out. Oner's pathing towards top side. See a fight perhaps around the next Drake, although, as you say, both these teams maybe not prioritizing it because it is just the Chemtech.
You have to be really careful when you're retaking territory from the other side of the map too in these situations, since there are so many burst pick plays available. You saw Faker down there hovering in the brush, waiting to see if TL...
Oner's going to try and smite this. Doesn't get it across the wall. The control ward going down by Umti, actually denying a bit of vision there. for Oner, who just dashes back out of the pit. Impact, caught up with the charm, Pathmaker's out, buys himself a lot of time with that, and Ghosts as well will escape the clutches of Faker.
With the Malignants, Faker going to take that trade any time, but it might be a moment for TL to say, hey, there's no ult on Faker. Maybe we want to try and play for this dragon.
Yeah, really good timing there on Impact. Goes unstoppable as Faker comes in for that really close range charm. And now, no ultimate. Up the S kick.
Umti flashes Sonic Waves. Faker has a flash, but he's knocked into the wall. No dash out for him now. Still holds on to that summoner spell, and CoreJJ taking the kill is not really who you want it on, but TL will accept that sacrifice happily.
They're going to be able to pick up Dragon afterwards. They overload this side of the map, and Impact avoiding the attempted pick here on his life. They turn it around. 2 objectives now. You will get, of course, Zeus split pushing up on that top side to try and answer, but they have a teleport to answer as well.
Crucially there's no Baron up. The classic T1 counterplay of just rush Baron, especially when you have the Vayne available, not really an option for them this time around. As a result, TL currently taking the Dragon, and they looked for the cross map, but Vayne doesn't push that well, particularly this early before you are, as Oner is able to just make his way out. And without the Vayne being able to actually push in, as you see at the wave position, you're like, Zeus just isn't going to be in a position to friend this turret.
Exactly. Faker here, the only one extended, so it is a very easy choice for TL to go for this play. The last few choices that they've made have been quite clean. They don't opt to overload the other side of the map. They first chase T1 off, then they collapse after the extra members go on Impact and still have the teleport to answer top side wave once it finally does get pushed up from the slow pushing of that Vayne.
Gold lead for TL. Coming up to the 20-minute mark here, Kobe. 1.4k ahead. 2 Drakes to 1. 2 Grubs to 1. 3 Towers to 1. Gold leads of 1.2k for your bot laner. The hope is there. Like, I'll be honest, if you take the nameplates off, TL are in the better position than their opponents so far this game.
You also look at the comp and you go, guys, what happened in draft that we have 380 carries? It is T1.
That's what happened in draft.
Are you guys both trying to cope me right now? You guys
no,
are like...
this is opium. I'll write out a prescription right now. I'll write it out.
I wasn't done yet, okay? This is T1, which is the one reason why I would trust them to pull this off as APA.
Does have the flash, seismic shove, Cataclysm dodged away. The flash, though, coming in is Faker there.
You were cursing me, weren't you?
The TP from Faker was more than I expected, and now Baron on the cards perhaps for T1. Look, I had opium, okay? Sometimes those prescriptions go wrong.
Guys, okay? There's no way they can do the Baron without Vayne. It's okay. Okay, T1, I know they love,
they have double AD carries or
Barons.
anything.
Yeah, they're lethality AD carries. It's fine. They're just going to lose a turret for it.
Yeah, you're going to lose the topside turret. The mid lane push as well, kind of abandoned from TL. Interesting, they're sending Yeon down to Impact. So Impact is doing a little bit of bait right now.
Going on his way. Zeus still has double summoners, final hour prot first. Going to do a bin cosplay as he dashes back in, but can't find anything with the tumble.
Maybe ult force, that alone, not enough. And T1, they're just going to keep using this Vayne as a really big threat, forcing response out of TL, and particularly as long as Impact does almost have it available, doesn't have the TP available, there isn't really as great an opportunity for TL to go in, because realistically, who would you try and get engaged on? A lot of the members are very slippery. Really, realistically, the best member is Keria, because Guma getting pulled out, and both Oner and Faker are highly mobile.
Yeah, TL right now are actually primed and want a team fight. TL's best positioning at this point would be anyone setting up a pick for Yeon to pop off with an S rank. He has just finished the Infinity Edge. Collector plus Infinity Edge Samira absolutely has the possibility to team wipe there. So TL are trying to use that. They're trying to force on their bit of a power spike here. Of course, they do have to worry about a lot of poke. A lot of ranges we've gone over there. Guma also on 2 lethality items with the extra defense of that spell shield. And they, T1 that is, are able to defend on the bottom side push while they buy time for Faker.
Oh, APX TPing behind here. Looking for the flank position. Faker's going to Spirit Rush out. APA looking for that Weaver's Wall. Can Faker escape? Has the flash, no TP. 2 Spirit Rush charges left. He's trying to get into the pit. Dashes forward once. Sonic Wave. The blast cone back. Umti dashes across the wall, but the Cataclysm will chase it. Faker can't get there any further with the Cataclysm. Oner won't go any further either. TL, they get a Cataclysm out. They get a Spirit Rush out, but they burn Umti's flash and APA's TP.
T1's going to be happy about that one, though, because so much was invested there by TL, and all Faker had to do was use his ultimate.
Yeah, the flash. The flash is the critical one. Umti, the Lee Sin, your flash in the mid game is so much threat lost from this team. That ability to go for a flash play onto one of these squishy AD carries is something that they do heavily rely on. So now without that, it's going to have to be a good setup there from CoreJJ into the play from him.
Let me see if this curse works the other way. Yeah, so if I'm T1, you know, I'm a couple of 100 gold ahead. We just want a really good fight. We got the TP out from APA.
Great scaling.
No ghost for impact, no flash for Umti. I'm really happy with how this game's going, right, Chronicler?
I think if you're a T1 fan, you're looking at this, you're going, they've executed on this many a time. 2 item spikes are being hit across the board. There's no cause for worry.
Oh, Keria just jumps across the wall, has to flash away. It does, it works both ways. Oner dashes away as well, the charm's short there. Impact still chasing Oner and Faker towards the top side. Spirit Rush available for the Ahri, but Oner able to walk away. TL, though, do get the summoner out of Keria.
I wasn't worried at any point of that. Keria does have to use the flashes. Faker!
Oh, Faker caught up, depth charge, stretch line locked up. Faker almost falls. The Inferno trigger will bury T1. Through all the circles of hell, Dante sends them down. Yeon chased out, Zeus tries to open up, in, back, out, Will go forward for more. CoreJJ there, Oner with the flank, but he's hooked up, and on the unraveled earth, he's buried beneath it. TL roar into life.
Yeon, you beautiful AD carry! He does it! Both summoner spells expended. The Samira finds her kills, and they, I guess they're going to go for the reset here. Dragon is available, but the death timers are pretty low for T1. Oner, 20 seconds left on the jungler, so probably just going to be the Dragon.
Favorable trade for TL. They invest a lot of flashes gone, a lot of summoners gone, but the same can be said for T1. And T1 not having a front line, I think are always going to feel tough. This starts up with a pick on Umti, or so it seems, but the hook from Core ensures there's no damage onto Umti, so he doesn't end up going down, and Yeon is untouched.
There was almost enough damage. Umti with his heal there off his Sundered Sky barely survives, and then Yeon one auto away. You can tell Zeus wanted that one auto so bad to finish it off, but Yeon is able to flash the Jarvan engage, and there it is right there.
Look at Spawn. No emotion. No, because
he was the same during finals. Hook again as they look for the engage on Oner, but CoreJJ's caught out with the Cataclysm. Gumayusi and Zeus beginning to open up a great blade. Well, we'll stop the chain of corruption. Dragon taken. Will Umti look for the flank here because the base core's been used by T1. Reset happening for CoreJJ. If TL take a fight right now, they're outnumbered. Umti on the flank, but spotted with a fast out alteration, and TL won't go any further.
Big thing there is T1, as they have done this entire series, is looking for that quick 1-2 punch when TL are trying to think about setups, trying to recuperate from the previous play. This time around, though, doesn't end up working out, but T1, they have control of this pit. And this time around, Zeus now sitting in 2 items. He's been hovering more towards the Baron side of the map. The first couple of, 24 minutes, he was only in bot, but as long as Vayne is towards top, TL need to keep contesting this Baron.
Yeah, T1, look at the effort that they are expending getting vision control. Them having vision of the river here with all their pick possibilities. They've got Faker, they've got Gumayusi, and no members of TL have flashes at the moment, though Umti's will be soon.
The Faker a while ago TP towards bot lane, top lane tier 2. APA has the push in this bot side. Oner getting forced away. Seismic shove used by APA. Team Liquid investing in mid and bot. Get the push, go for tier 2 in bot lane. Get that gold, get the standing objectives on the map. APA again using that seismic shove, has to back away after investing it into the wave.
Big thing here is 41, ensure that APA doesn't catch someone inside. Zeus in particular, in the 1v1, unmatched. No one is going to be able to really deal with him unless Yeon somehow has the time to get up towards that S rank as Faker. This turret is going down.
A sliver of HP.
Umti trying to scare him a little bit there, I think.
Yeah, push the control ward over.
Faker does not flinch, though. Faker does not flinch. No ultimate used, nothing used there, and T1 will be able to handle these waves, no problem.
Faker's sitting on a lot of gold right now, though. About 2,500 in his inventory, 2.2k.
He's been sitting on only this individual rod for quite a while. They really want to hold into this turret.
Still it lives. Drake up in 2.5 minutes, or 3 minutes, would be Soul for TL. And even though Chemso not one of the best Souls, still impactful. Still about 3,000 gold worth of stats across your team. So
death cap.
There it is. A death cap for Faker. Is it the death knell for TL?
That said though, for T1, this is the position where I think the game is most precarious because there is so much burst available for TL. You have great frontline and engage between Impact and CoreJJ, and taking down the Samira that is this fat is really hard, particularly when everyone you have is short range. One of the big things that Samira can struggle with is to get taken low before a fight starts. But T1, basically the initial burst and setup has got to be impeccable. They got to find 1 or 2 targets and blow them up in the first second of the fights. So at least Zeus, who has the most consistent damage, has the space to then take down the beefier targets.
Yep, Zeus is going to be extremely fearsome. We've seen how quick the Vayne was already moving with Ultimate plus Ghost. And he has since finished the Trinity Force.
He's zooming.
Yeah, we're trying to get topside control. Gold basically even between the two teams, but I think if you offered any NA fan coming into the series today, at 30 minutes, you're 2 Drakes up, you're a tower up, and your AD carrier's 4-0-1 with gold even. You'd take it, you'd snap the hand off before it could even feed you.
I think this is also a really crucial possible breaking point in the series because T1, they put themselves in this position with the draft that they take. If they aren't able to execute on this, which yeah, we've seen them do many a times, but in this tournament, they really have struggled. If they end up going to a 1-1 score against a team that coming into the tournament, they would be thought to be light years ahead of, it can be really, really tough, particularly for a team that we know has had their fair share of ups and downs over the last 2.5 years. They do have so much power with all these AD carries, so much damage. The actual execution is going to be big in the upcoming fight.
It certainly is, and it's going to start with the wards leading up to the Dragon through this blue quadrant of the jungle. Now, if TL are going to focus on getting Dragon Soul here, they have to keep vision of Baron. T1 have insane damage capabilities.
Oner's looking. Chain of Corruption flashed away by Yeon. Weaver's Wall coming in as well as Team Liquid look to collapse. Ghost forward by Impact. Faker used the Spirit Rush. No Cataclysm yet burnt for Oner. Just that Chain of Corruption invested alongside the Spirit Rush for T1.
That flash, the critical flash on the side of TL. Yeon has to use it as all the pressure from T1 comes out of the fog of war.
Zeus.
Baker, he got a charm!
Baker got a charm once again, and it's APA who's shut down. Oner flashes away and is healed up. Yeon now caught in the Cataclysm, and the Inferno trigger is just his doom. Another charm landing onto Impact as Team Liquid are pulled underneath the mid-tier 2. Impact goes all out, but he just can't get the damage down. T1 find 4.
Baker doesn't need ult, he has the charm flash. He finds the pick onto APA. They get the kills, and T1 own the map.
Baker looking for another charm as Umti dashes in, dashes back. Sonic Wave forward, doesn't have the Dragon's Rage. Baker has one more Spirit Rush charge. Umti could look for this, but Baker wisely realizes discretion is the better form of valor as he backs away.
TL, I think, got up pretty scot-free on that one. They'll give up a Drake, but that could have gone much worse because with the Taliyah gone right from the get-go, so much zoning is gone, and then Yeon trying to salvage a play ends up going down, so then you have no damage, only a Ksante, and I know we've talked a lot about this pick. As the TP is coming in, Umti
has to flash away from the Chain of Corruption, realizes the TP is coming in by Faker.
Sonic
Wave onto the minion wave, and Faker, as you say, has the Spirit Rush up and sends Umti to the Spirit Realm. You said it might not be much for T1 off the previous play, but that pick spells a Baron.
Baker Ahri is clutching it, and the Baron going down quickly.
Weaver's Wall in by APA. CoreJJ lands the hook onto Zeus. An S-rank beginning to develop as Zeus flashes the wall. The Ignite's going to tick on him, and T1 have to back away. Zeus escapes on what can only be single-digit HP, but TL immediately call, let's keep this Baron rolling. There's no smite, as you say. TL going for it. Oner jumps into the pit, has the GA. Impact forced away. Cataclysm. They're going to get it. They're going to get it. Team Liquid against all odds, against all hope for the LCK. Slam the door in T1's face, and they're not done yet. Keria chased away. Team Liquid begin to descend. The Baron secured. Keria's life no longer his own.
Oh my goodness! TL create the play out of nothing there. They chase them off and force Oner to come in. You cannot smite while you're in GA. They kill the Baron while he's reviving, and now they're pushing on the gates.
Oner going in too early there. T1 with a colossal mistake. Their Baron plays have gotten so much better over the last couple of years, but here TL get the better of them. Now the push has started.
Red team's turret has been
And what a moment for TL. A couple of seconds away, a minute away from victory perhaps, but Umti now caught out. Chain of Corruption, Dragon's Rage out, Umti dies. And an overstep is all it takes. You're knocking on heaven's door and immediately you find yourself descending into hell. TL have to retreat, have to reset. They got the Baron. You have to temper your play for a moment.
Big thing here is T1 have shown incredible amounts of tenacity in these type of game states. Can't afford any mistakes, but here, colossal win for TL. As Oner just goes in too early, you have so much vision as well.
They focus damage on Oner, and they're able to get him down. The Baron they can then clean up. APA finishes the job while Oner is reviving, and then getting the extra kill. Yeon going in, chasing them down. Keria's able to send Gumayusi off to live, but won't be able to escape himself.
Weaver's wall in by APA as he looks to try and stop T1 pushing in for that mid lane tier 2. They'll get it though. Faker still has the Spirit Rush. Now in the top lane, Zeus pushing in.
Problem here though is that TL weren't able to actually get any inhibs. So T1 not really going to lose too much when it comes to the map pressure. Still going to be able to make their way out on this map. Try and fight back against TL, and it's all going to come down to the teamfight execution. We've seen fights that start with APA getting caught off, made it really, or taken down, make it really hard for TL to play. They need the space that he provides, they need his damage, even with Yeon being as fat as he is. On the flip side, for T1, if they don't find a pick, this composition is just like loose threads. There is so much burst available on the opposing team that if Zeus doesn't have the space to walk up because he needs to respect the Samira, they're just not going to be able to chew through some of the front line.
The problem for TL is though, so many times Faker has been in this sort of position. And so many times he's found the pick. So many times this game he's found the charm that has led them to winning a team fight. TL will regain control as 3. Impact looking for the flank on Faker, has the flash, has the Spirit Rush, uses the ultimate to try and escape, goes back in, there's the Charm Path Maker away. Team Liquid grouping up with their top laner who's already at half HP, does have that teleport to rejoin the battle. Yeon, rooted, Chain of Corruption, Yeon has to put the Blade Whirl early, and the Cataclysm is sure to follow, you have to feel. Charm against CoreJJ once again, and T1 now, their health bars much more healthy than their compatriots. TL forced away.
It's only a 34-second cooldown on Faker's ultimate. Basically nothing, level 3 plus the Malignance. Soul Point seemingly to come through here for T1 as an impact.
Dashes in. Oh, they found him!
Oh,
they
he's
found
dead!
Oner! They just killed him! They just caught him out! Now Gumayusi maybe next on the menu because it's a Weaver's wall, and Gumayusi's the one on his lonesome! The action now popped! He flashes, he heals! Keria, will he be able to get there in time to save his AD carry? Both summoners burnt. As you say, Oner down. Last team, TL, were the team without the jungler, and they're the ones that secured the objective here. The soul on the line for them.
Maybe you let it go. It's just a Magtech soul. If you lose the fight, you lose the game.
I don't feel like that's in the water for T1. They try and get it, can't quite find it. Umti looking for the Sonic Wave, can't get it. Spear Rush away by Faker. The soul secured for TL. And now T1 trying to get pressure in the mid lane. Impact coming across, he's charmed. Impact low, the shield just enough. The shield keeps him alive. Chain of Corruption dodged. APA coming in with a TP as T1 are corralled into the top side of the jungle. The chase continues for TL, but they won't find much more.
Oh my goodness, we immediately see the Chemtech Soul saving Impact's life there.
Baby!
Faker makes another huge play for T1, and Guma followed it up, but it's not quite enough damage squeezed out. We kind of need to see what happened to Oner, though.
Yeah.
Here it is. The flag in the tri-brush as the rest of the team is split.
He did.
He just didn't realize the ward was there, I guess.
And it is the size mix up again.
Impact being caught out, the all out coming out from him to dash across the wall. Oner has the GA back up to re-engage. Oner flashes. Umti has a Guardian on his shoulder as well as T1 are forced up towards the top side. Spirit Rush used by Faker.
Flash for flash, but I do think Umti's is a little bit more valuable with the kick potential. Not getting that kill is huge because if you get that kill, Oner's death time at this point is going to be long, or at least a GA, but if you actually kill him, then you can set up for the Nash without too much of a level of counterplay for T1. That's not going to be the case. Neither jungler going to have the flash available here for the up-and-coming fight, but still this game basically dead even, approaching 40 minutes. And it's impossible to tell. Again, it's all going to come down to the execution.
What a game it is as well between Team Liquid, the NA #1 seed, against T1, the current world champions. As Core is caught out, he tries to dredge line, but there's nothing for him to grapple to. Faker dashing forward, has one more Spirit Rush charm, another charm. It's going to land onto Impact. And the rest of T1 begin to collapse. As you say, the Baron available to them. Last time, T1 weren't able to get it, even though they had a jungler and TL didn't. The question is, with no wave in mid, what will TL do? They can look to collapse. Instead, I think they might give this up. The Weaver's Wall, possible from APA. Hope, probable for Team Liquid as they dash in. Gumayusi pulled out with the Fate's Call. Umti able to dodge away from Oner, who has that blast cone. He'll get back into the pit. The Baron down to 2,000. Umti still can get in. No flash for him, but a safeguard to a control ward is all that he needs. Zeus begins to open up. Oner secures the Baron. And now Zeus really has the time to rain hell down on Team Liquid. But into the GA he falls. Meanwhile, Yeon finds Faker. Can he find more? Inferno Trigger is primed and ready. He's ready to shoot his shot on the international stage, and now the S-Rank falls off. Stopwatch coming out from APA as Oner will go into the GA. CoreJJ can't land the dredge line, but the Death Charge will follow up. Yeon still looking for more. Oner comes out of the GA, Inferno Trigger pulled, and there's one more for Team Liquid.
Impact will not die in this. Yeon's able to pick up the extra kill. Keria now around the outside. But they should call it quits. Zeus is returning to mid lane.
I take it back, Kentexol. I wasn't familiar with your game. I'm sorry for disrespecting you, because it is what is keeping TL alive. Zeus, without his ultimate, is so much easier to lock down, so he needs to play way more respectful. And as a result, he can't step up to Yeon, who takes down Oner.
These GAs, man, these Guardian Angels, these extra lives take counts. Here's another look.
As we see from the get-go, T1 try and keep Umti out of this pit, and they're able to get the Baron secure, but crucially, Zeus keeps them away. So Umti isn't able to get the objective, and so much damage goes down into this Ksante, but even Zeus can't shoot for him, and then this auto from Yeon, absolutely pivotal, because it procs the GA, meaning that Yeon can go in and take down Faker.
Yeon is able to step up. He put Zeus into his GA, he put Faker into the fountain, and then you have the chase through. Those rocks almost killed Gumayusi, and then they get the other revive here, the other Guardian Angel. Let's get back to live though. This game is insane.
That's a lethality Varus.
Yeah, Guma was doing some sniping, and he almost died. He got chunked under like 75 HP maybe?
He hasn't died in this game yet.
And on the other side, Yeon just behind him in terms of damage, 6, 1, and 5 on the Samira. The last time we saw this win at an international competition, Danny for EG back in 2022. Can Yeon keep that tradition alive?
And he is GA, so in the upcoming fight, he can play way more aggressive.
Here comes Guma though, that sniper you pointed out in the last game. Chunk onto APA early on into the fight. CoreJJ is sighted. Where is Umti? Taking the long route through the jungle.
The Spirit Rush, a very short cooldown as APA is down to half HP, does have the TP. As you say, we have to keep our eyes on Umti. He's all the way behind T1, but they have their flanks warded. He'll be spotted as he steps around the corner, currently sitting in the Wolves pit. APA will want to return to base, heal himself up. He's back to around full. T1 doing their due diligence, checking every corner, looking in every nook and cranny. Faker. Umti dashes away, the Weaver's Wall in. The smite will get the Edge of Night down alongside the Fate's Call. Umti now needs to dash, dodges the charm, waits on it, but Umti takes half his health. Forced low by the combination of Faker and Gumi that have done this, Guma that have done this so many times before.
Elder is about to come up. Neither team can afford to give it up. The amount of damage that's going to come through if that Elder goes to your opponent is unmatchable.
CoreJJ, hook. Oner flashes away from the seismic shove, and CoreJJ's charmed immediately. Depth charge coming out as well. Hits onto Guma, Faker dashing back in. Team Liquid will look for the push through mid. Umti was trying to heal back up off the wolves. Yeon pops his cleanse, tries to get away. The Elder down to 14,000. TL, this is it. This is your moment. This is your shot. You got to shoot it.
50-50.
You got to look for it.
50-50.
Can you find it? The charm onto impact. 50-50 as Umti dives in. But Oner says not today. The Elder taken by T1. And now Zeus has a perfect playground to open up. APA may find one, but T1 are going to wipe Team Liquid off the face of Summoner's Rift.
Oner gets the Elder, and T1 will be the victors. Keria is going to chase down APA. Faker gets the last hit.
And it's a 40-plus minute game that comes down to an Elder 50-50. Yes, you have Kalista spears, but this is a lethality Kalista, and on the other side, the Lee with the execute, always going to be a big threat. But with the death timers as long as they are, the Elder buff, T1 about to go up 2-0, but man, TL made them work for it.
A very singular march down the mid lane here for T1. The Nexus in their eyes, a 2-0 in their eyes, a rematch with G2 on the horizon. They go to match point.
What a banger.
Holy moly.
Holy shucks.
That one's gonna we need to take a breather, because that game, we said it was pivotal and it felt pivotal.
It really was, and one of the... It's just amazing, because coming into today, Kobe, I hope if you don't mind if I say this, we asked you what are your expectations, you're like, job's done. I'm very happy with how far TL have got, but for this performance, yes, not quite able to pick up the win. It has been exceptional from the LCS #1 seed. If you guys are nostalgic for Heartsteel and new tunes from Worlds 2023, check out Grind's Glory